for aha GhanaNsem TV GH. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications so that anytime videos of this nature are uploaded, you'll be notified.
Ba obia sorry made do. E baby ba obia sorry made de. Na saa bre no so de e be che but enka ho it will come. Saa bre no enka ho da e be che but e be ba. Na ndo ametik me hu video bi Captain Smart. No de ne stock in trade pa yentro. Ye ha ye ni ye nka sam ye ni ntro. Eno no wa ya na odinamu a besie ne. Ena ogusu a wo ye. Na ose Nana Akufo Addo the $5 million $5 million Emma Chema untumi say onfa nko Asante Achim North na onfa nko sponsor independent candidate na independent candidate no emetu honorable and their peer kubi. It's Nana Akufo Addo and the $5 million Emma Chema untumi Emma or the call Asante Achim North the co sponsor independent Emma independent no akotu lawyer peer kubi. Ena lawyer Pierre Kubi ene ono na o defend Chema untumi na Chema untumi boni nti MPP lawyer bia empese obe defend Chema untumi na watena ne TV ne so na wakeka nsɛmhunu saa na wafa ne ho adi aye known fact e wo Ghana say ye Chema untumi no kona kohwe lawyers a ekogina Chema untumi achi including the venerable lawyer Godfrey Yebo Adame, a former attorney general. I am one of me lawyers. Lawyer Gary Mako. So I have found home and put more filing process be and maybe a secrano or ne European could be and tell me some cacre by and then penny for hiding Ashaka. Lawyer for canon and a host of them. By see in every case biano, yet the case no the panel at the end of quarter, you can say you are entitled to a legal representation of your choice. And to one be decided say lawyer ni way and I'm person in the year juma, lawyer ni way and I'm person in the year juma. Now Chema want to me any and the appear could be as I say year juma as a lawyer and any client no and yet ne such a want to me say and yes sir lawyer appear could be a lawyer na onye ne be year juma and also will be a kwan say MPP a lawyer for Emrambe Janechia and can MPP a lawyer for Babe Junachi abedi asama man no and ket so twi hu wi bebre me se Godfrey Yebo Adame the former AG ya chi won tumi ko yoko mo ahu ni wo ho they have videos but no nya Captain Smart no akwata any TV so na odi intro with the intention say odi begu untumi say gu untumi de ne din na wo a na wa ese prekase ja na du ofiti krotia ne ho age afi untu ubo ne din a na nkrofo ato agusu na obia e ka ho asem enti say Chema untumi e de Akufo Addo de $5 million Emma Chema untumi Emma mu de kotu and their peer kubi ene MPP for Chema untumi ama ena and their peer kubi ena o twage no which is a lie, a palpable falsehood, a lie and tro nsɛmhunu lawyer and the appear could be if you bring to your radio station we any idea nyina ono na ejina mu
sana no se owo abrochiri anase owo Ghana ha na oye program bi etese engagement wedding anase funeral na ope obi a obeba betwa video no ede ama anase oba betwa pictures na me kire quality videos anase quality pictures a enfo wani enchim e wo ba bia se cam hacks na mano e na eda screen ne so no na djuma ho etwa yi papa Ghana ha ba bia wo bia ofre na obeba abetwa wo program no e de ama anase empo wo amano ne e na wo hweye e na wo beye program e na watoto wani a uhu obia obetwa wo program no e de ama wa contact na mana eda screen ne so no obetwa wadjuma no yopo e de ama say quality videos na quality pictures party emfa wani enchim e wo ba bia anase empo ope bibi te say camera light anase drone e de etwa programmer eno so o contact na obeba ababeya ma fefe
o di match ma wuntumi ene bibia lawyer and their peer could be a professional lawyer obi otie ni bia e to da do MPP for no problem say I don't know politician na asema banefa politician ho a wo de wo kan na wo kan no frenchem ebi kura du ebi kura so chema ntumi ensesa no because I say on find a professional job as a lawyer no enfra amanyosem ne de no enti oya amanyosem a oya amanyosem oya law nso a na oya law na obi gina kan sim hunu saa ne ya han ni akeka ne afa ye ho adi a ni nyina eye ntro mese chema ntumi ne onam mu bia no ebi afa bi mu sen no ebi afa bi mu sen no bibia ne ho ayefoforo na ensi wo chema ntumi so bere so ebi nso be fam asen no ebi afam efi bra independent bayi na den kofo no ye den ne dem ko afiase kwaku ba ko no omo kasa keke ene dem ko afiase Nelson Mandela no ede na omo ye yom ko afiase eti ebi afa bi mu sen no na ensi ewo ne bere so ebi nso ebeba na chi ombe famu pa so asenche ma wuntumi enti on kan kuma nto ne yam na nyame ma na hoɔden na onyina nkosi ase na mo ye kan nyina no penifos ye kama fu no ne ye kekama dampan ene MPs no a na mo nam na mo pacho ma Ato Forson no mo nkonkwo hwe court no ama Professor Akufo ebesi ene se wanya lawyer ma ibedi na sem abra woni lawyer Ato Forson case no na eye 2.3 million euros Colinzada de na eye $200 million muko pa chew ma wo mo ena Professor Akufo yeso a board chair ema a company no ama a Ghana share $2 million and nti papa be 80 years no ye twi na bo so o court na ye de court dem no yare ye and ye de hospital ni ye ni se afedi ye dra na nanse ya man warning se ene oku adai wo ba no wan fa lawyer ma ye bedina sem abra woni lawyer na ayi na no se achi ni mi se ken kranche na wo gira mu mo kasa man se no lawyer na ken kranche adan entima hu se NDC phone ye hu mobro Emma Professor Akufo at 80 hede ye no enti se ebre bi ba na niema sesa na se enipa ni bi so efa the same situation se na wuntumi nim na mu na obi hwe na wa ma amebu ankobo obi kokoko amepa che wanka se obi de ye nyan no because wunu MPP ni na ye de ye no eye wo de midin edekwaku dawuru we ejudwam
enfuase ani lawyers in Akufo about court na ko and I think say no maybe cause so na claim miscommunication one in court no judge no say oka say sitting there 9 obe hear case in 9 but chairman drew ho 7:30 and not in the county me ko drew ho no me make sure say no say on pay attention ne say no my bet say there or play case no in public nti otikel na me bloggers ni kokasa ya to say Akufo by the lawyer Akufo by no ne ekasa nti ejina ho na
ato ensesa obi di lawyer wani Akufo
apia sorry apia lawyer Akufo the by ba na mako court nti me court inside o me ko boy na me te say as o my sitting na wi na o ma free case no to be do na hu say attorney general ne ba ko ka kire lawyer Akufo say cancel so ko inside o ba ya free case na wi ma judge no issue her lordship will issue your friend is saying a bench warrant because munia and because a criminal case na state and as all times as a chairman e wo ho enti o kan ne ye call e kotana enti ye kotana ho na normal bomodin so mbenya judge no attention to say omunya attention but I think she was not pleased with the communication because o can say 10 no can say no matter what has happened no certain be a won to me work courtroom ho by 8:30 on shinsanso or no a state in any nenya and obaho a or no no into 10 beyond making sure so and but I think say you do say a lot of media houses ever story no etene no emane say won to mean see ho wa makot ho ne say no meanwhile mo ko nyina no hu no enti say mo report here mo report and reflect the truity, I mean the entirety of the situation about so and no na meka say the course no I don't think say may blame me chairman and may blame me clear miscommunication and I don't think say be happy in you.
All right, it's and ra koka court into no difficult court the abano na senya yaka no ekita hudie etimi de ayiba na chairman kasa ni lawyer for oni nyina omonhwe because you say comfort come wa nso come ni bi na ehu senya enema no besi akonti ye do mase me hu se ai kwaku bigos na bigos ho
bigos o ya humiti o
na ho enye se ya ye ne ho ya humiti akasa and pay extra na o se o we say god
mo na o ya manager to be the account
enti na me twen sanka ne lawyer Pia Kube kasansa na movie on but yen sanya nka ne no enter press conference bi ko so Ashanti region Ashanti region youth wing no emubi ese o ma ye press conference declare ese on say Dr. Brian Champon ba Ashanti region be campaign na Ashanti region no ba be campaign no obeblimu Dr. Bawumia say ono ena ama NPP win election ba omo so de omo assessment no kire say ye ka nipa ama NPP win election pa Dr. Brian Champon eka ho because ka say be to say ye handi over power mamu ne handi over power mamu china ene Senate hotel na auto na hotel sa na auto no say cabinet ministers no eno na man DC for gina so kan say MPP aban no eye state capture na nkofo eto aba editia MPP nti oni right bia say obeko round na wa accuse Dr. Bawumia wa abre ono eye involved e ma de no etimi ba so nti enra press conference ba no just we hen
lero me de ase ma kanda bia say adia anye ene say enipa nyina betua namon na die nanka bo pese mo nsaka mo nsan kanwie na fei munu no obi na mututu sha dumu ni adan ade ba kwa makoma me empe no because so obi timi bie na no ka se Dr. Bawumia early concession eno kra kan bi ene use seat as if we say Dr. Bawumia ana ewo coalition centers ya kai parliamentary candidate be elections we are parliamentary candidate wa coalition na want me am wa ho am pem rantie ne maba wa be gina wachi akole tu resource na ulusu a then wani hu na de kwase obi da bia me kam de Dr. Brian Champon me kase seme ye kase me mark woni e ma MPPD enguguo na me fa sema no a out of 100 aha mama ne mu 40 wono nko a Dr. Brian Champon ono nko mama ne mu 40% because Senate nsam no nko a no asemo a de bre party ni nyasem ketwa a whole organized labor aye demonstration eti aban no because of wo Brian Champon ta wo so wo koto Senate hotels enya bone se oman no se na japade bo oton Ghana ni beto baba bo se wade nyina ho kwan enya ni nyina so na ye doing the right thing at the wrong time no and also it tends to be wrong baby na ye gina no senka o ye strategic and kabam say that time no and say wo come baby na wo kro no because the party had election to win one nwene no ho wo dwene wo nko awo de ho and akoye no mo sorry ti a party no and na o say man people tina ho a ken obato Senate hotel no yenso Senate hotel yempese eton enti sabe na onya kwan to Senate hotel de yempam MPP no mu mfiri ho na wan to Senate hotel enne and you when you were on ferry. Now I could not want to say, but we are my illusion.
Okay, my meko na the Ashanti Regional Commanders, Youth Commanders, no, but now address a press conference, no, you bright, you know, and right. Good morning.
Good morning, Adero.
Now, this.
And you tell him to train them in a local dialect, or you post him to an Ewe place, but in that Ewe place, the people there do not speak Ewe. Now, here it is. In Adenta, for instance, which is in Greater Accra, the predominant language speaking in the electoral area or the district area of Adenta is Twi. It's in Greater Accra region. Taifa is in Greater Accra region. They speak Twi. Sukura is in Greater Accra region. There they speak Hausa. Banana Inn is in Greater Accra. It's just behind Dansoman. They speak Ewe in Banana Inn. If you test the Banana Inn, most of them are speaking Ewe. Because, as you know, when people migrate, like Ghana, when you go to America, you see all Ghanaians in one place in Oklahoma. You see some of them in New Jersey. You see some of them in New York. Ghanaians are all together in the same place. When you come here to Accra, the Lebanese, when they come to Accra, they all stay in the same place. So there are some schools that you go to in Laboni and Cantonments. There are more Lebanese there than there are Ghanaians. And in Kenya, there are some constituencies that you have to be Indian to win. But it is in Kenya. But you have to be Indian to win it because the whole place, it's only Indians who live there. So people, like-minded people, coalesce in the same area. So you can have an area in Greater Accra region, which is where Ghana is the dominant language in Greater Accra region, but they are speaking Twi. So what's the point the minister is making? Too many questions, more than answers. So you're going to have a school A in Greater Accra region. It's in Adenta. Greater Accra is Ghana, so you speak Ghana. But there's people there, they speak Twi. You post a Ghana teacher there, he speaks Ghana, he doesn't speak Twi that well. Somehow we all understand Ghana, we all understand Fanti, we all understand a bit of Ewe, the basic ones, but we may not speak it that well. How is he going to instruct the children? I mean, forget about what I'm going to call computer. I've heard that argument. How will they say computer in Twi? We've heard all that. Put that aside. Even the practicality of those words that are not computer, that we can find the local dialect language for it. What's the communication research that has been done to show the database of teacher training colleges and the kinds of people they are churning out, whether the teacher training colleges even ask the people coming in what is the local language that they speak? Do they even ask them? Is it part of the evaluation? I don't think they do. They don't ask them. You are going to a training college. They don't ask you what language are you speaking. And then come to the final points because they are showing me it before I go to the interview. Look at this situation. Assuming that we get everything right, the right teacher is posted to the right environment, and the environment, they speak the same language. Look at the public service transfer policy. A policeman is gone with his wife, who is Akwapim, and then he finishes the police academy. Then he's transferred to Hamle. This policy says that the people in Hamle must speak maybe Kusasi or something. And then he's transferred there with his 4 children, and they have been trained in Gan, which is their mother tongue. Or they have been attending a Gan school in Labadi, which is their mother tongue, and then they are suddenly transferred to Hamle, and there they are speaking Kusasi, and that's how they are training them. Why do we always make it look like we have not prepared with our policy initiatives? I saw something from the office of the president saying that ministers must be careful that policies have been approved by parliament before they are announced, and I was certain that this is what they were talking about. Why do we do that? Why are we doing that? I'm not sure where this policy is going. It may be laudable. But you see, Professor Jenan Opoku-Agyeman tried to implement it when she was Minister for Education in her earlier political incarnation, and it didn't quite go well. So, we are going to interview EduWatch. They do a lot of